We are here on Real Estate in the Lowcountry, and with me is Daniel Cort. He is, of course, with Charter One, but also a really new exciting thing you have going on, and that's Lowcountry Lifestyle, which is your very own little show here on WHHI.
We've got a custom show.
You do.
Jessa and I were talking during football season this past year about, what can we do that's different? Real estate related, but a little bit different. And we came up with this. Lowcountry Lifestyle is the name of our show. Of course, we're Cort Lifestyles, and it just meshed beautifully in with our brand and our business model. So we're excited. We actually did our second segment so far last week on events.
Yes.
And the power of events in this area and how they drive interest and involvement in real estate.
Well, for sure. And we have so many wonderful things that go on in our Lowcountry Lifestyle, but as you mentioned, events, and of course we are in the spring, and all kinds of things happen here in the spring and going into the summer season. But of course, the flagship is the Heritage, and let's talk a little bit about the impact that does have every single year on the community.
Yeah, I think the impact is immeasurable, quite frankly. It's not only the biggest event we have here locally, but it's the largest sporting event in South Carolina. A lot of people don't know that. I said, how do you create tradition? Well, you create it by consistency and quality. The tournament's been going on now 55 years.
I know, it's amazing.
We've got all these baked-in traditions with the opening cannon firing, and the closing putt goes in, and the boats all sound the horns, and the tartan jacket. So
you've got your plaid on today.
I got my plaid on.
Plaid Nation, right?
With my Charter One logo. I figure if I'm going to wear it, now's the time.
Right.
So, really excited to have this event. CBS just does an amazing job. Talk about the best marketing in the world.
Oh my gosh.
You can't even
the
put
photography is
a price tag on that.
Every year.
Now you've got drone photography, so quality, that quality of improving yourself. The tournament now is a designated event. It's getting the best players in the world here. So the popularity is greater than ever, and the players, caddies, and their families always identify this as one of their favorite stops. Not so much because of Harbor Town, but because of this area.
Yeah. Well, and you got to do something a little bit different, I think, for you, or maybe kind of going back to what you've done before. But tell us a little bit about your experience, with 107.9, the Rewind.
Yeah, Dick Broadcasting Company. This would be my 12th season doing radio. I was invited to be an on-course commentator with Roger Clark some years back, and it's just sort of melded into or morphed into this wrap-up show that I do with Tom Kinder, who's not only a really good friend, he's also a client of mine who bought a home here close to 20 years ago.
There you go.
And he is actually the voice of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh,
He's got the big barreling voice, and he and I now do a wrap-up show. This will be our 7th season doing that. We broadcast from the South Carolina Yacht Club. But we talk not only about the Heritage every night of the tournament, but we talk about the lifestyle here and why people would want to live here. This area is not just beaches and golf. It's so much more, which is why we talk about this all the time. Real estate here generally sells itself.
Right.
What really sells this place are the relationships and the lifestyle, without question.
Yeah, and so obviously we've said it several times today, the Heritage is one of the draws, but tell us a little bit about some of the other things and the events that you've talked about that do bring people here, and once they've vacationed here and they see some of these kinds of things, they want to make this home.
Yeah, well, because so many come from the Northeast and Midwest where they're accustomed to a certain degree of culture, we've got plenty of that here. The Arts Center of Coastal Carolina, a lot of local theaters going really well, including the high schools. Yep. You've got the Jazz Festival, you've got the May Fest, and getting a little bit further out, our neighbors in Beaufort and in Savannah, and Bluffton, of course, with farmers markets, and the Beaufort Water Festival, the Savannah St. Patrick's Day celebrations. Literally, you could be here 365 days a year and find something new and unique to do, because it's not just Hilton Head anymore. It's these 4 locations that when you put them all in one big bucket, it's a world-class destination.
What more could you ask for?
Well,
truly.
And that's why we've made it home, and that's why so many are migrating here. So, it's never been a better time to sell real estate, but certainly never been a better time to purchase real estate. Come for a visit, stay for a lifetime. That's what we say.
You do say that at Charter One. Charles
We
has said
do,
that to me
all the
many a
time.
time, and I
I
love
got that
it.
from Charles,
It's a
yep.
great one. Well, thank you, Daniel, for being here today. We appreciate it.
Betsy.